Yo, what is up, YouTube? We are coming at you again with another video. Before we get started, I'd like to remind y'all to hit that like button down below. Every like really does help the channel out. And if you could also subscribe and hit that notification bell for more content as we put more out. Okay, folks, for today's video, I'm going to be talking about Final Fantasy XIV in 2018. The goods, the bads, and the things I feel they can improve about the game. As many may know, Final Fantasy XIV is an MMO. It's set in the land of Eorzea, a land that's filled with war, a war with the Garlean Empire. And most of the story revolves around you, as a warrior of light. When you start out, you find out that there was a cataclysmic event that reshaped the world, and that it was saved by a group of warriors that no one can remember. Throughout the story, you find out that you have the power of the Echo, a power that gives you the ability to see the other people's past. It also gives you the ability to fight off creatures of immense power called Icons, who are looked at as gods by the Beast Tribes. In other games, these creatures are called summons. You've got Ifrit, you've got Garuda, you've got Titan, and one of the main ones, Bahamut, is the one that caused the cataclysmic event. But I won't get into the whole story here. Overall, I've really enjoyed the story of the game. But on the other side of that same coin, if you're just starting out in 2018, it is a lot of story to play through. And you have to play through all of it to get to the end game. So you have two choices. You can either A, play through all of it, or B, buy the story skip, which is $18 on the Mog Station. Now, even if you decide to buy the story skip, you still have to play through Stormblood, because it only gets you to the beginning of 4.0. There's still a decent amount of story in Stormblood that you have to get through. Once you get through all that, and you go through the process of unlocking your endgame, your raids, your dungeons, it's a really good endgame. The raids are challenging, but they're not so hard that you can't get a good group together to play through them. They also have what's called ultimate raids. There was 2 of them added in this expansion. They plan on continuing it with every other expansion. It's the true hard content. It's for those people who are really into difficult content, for the groups that do world first and things of that nature. Now, even though raids are going to give you your best in slot gear, there are still other ways of gearing up. So if you're casually playing, it won't be that hard for you to stay decently geared to stay caught up to do things. Now, for gearing up, there's not many options. It's the same grind every week. Get on, run some dungeons, cap your tombstones, rinse, wash, repeat. Every week. I really feel there could be other ways implemented than the same old that they've done since Heavenward. I would love to see more job-specific gear that can dynamically change the way a class plays. Kind of like the way Legendaries did in Legion for WoW, or Exotics in Destiny 1 and Destiny 2. Pieces of gear that can dynamically change the way a job or class plays. Don't know, maybe we'll see more of that in 5.0. One thing I can say that's one of the best systems in these types of systems that I've seen in MMO is their crafting and gathering system. They are like jobs. You can level them up each individually, but you can level all of them to complement each other. They all have abilities that go well with the other crafters and other gatherers. It's all pretty interesting. Now, as far as the open world goes, there's not much in it. Most of your content is done in instanced content, separate from the open world. Now for the open world, Square Enix has done a fantastic job of building a truly gorgeous and beautiful world that they don't really have anything in it. When you go through the story, that's the only time you really have a reason to go through any of these gorgeous zones. They're fantastic. Why they don't have much more to them, I'll never know. About the only open world content there is hunts, which you kind of burn through on a daily basis if you catch them. and Fates. Fates really don't give you much incentive to do them. They don't give you any reward. All they give you is EXP and Grand Company seals. The EXP isn't even that good. As you're leveling, there's better ways of leveling up. Under 60, you've got your roulettes and you've got Palace of the Dead. And doing dungeons. If you're a DPS, you're probably not going to be doing dungeons. Most of your time will be spent in Palace of the Dead, because queue times as a DPS is terrible. Now, once you get 60 to 70, same thing. You've got your roulettes, but you also have the newest deep dungeon called Heaven on High. Again, DPS, you're probably going to be doing Heaven on High. It's all pretty fun content in my opinion. Now, as far as the overall game goes, I would suggest it to people to play in 2018. It's the number 2 MMO in the world for a reason. Only second to WoW. Hopefully, as the game goes on, we see it stay in that spot. Or, maybe, if they improve things, maybe one day we'll see it take the number 1 spot from the king. Only time will tell. I hope y'all really enjoyed this video, and until next time, we'll see you on the next one.
Boy, no.